What is the difference between blockchain and Bitcoin? There are many similarities between Bitcoin and blockchain. With Bitcoin, the public ledger is the blockchain. However, with blockchain, the public ledger is the blockchain. The key difference between Bitcoin and blockchain is that Bitcoin is like cash or gold or something like that, it's the actual digital currency, whereas blockchain is the actual digital technology, sort of like how you can't use the internet without an internet browser. But without HTTP, it's not the internet. Bitcoin is a virtual currency that is also called a cryptocurrency. It was the first cryptocurrency to be invented. It is completely digital, and has no physical presence anywhere in the world. It is not entirely anonymous, but the addresses are. It is not entirely transparent, but the transactions are. It is not entirely decentralized, but the system is. Bitcoin has become extremely popular due to its revolutionary blockchain technology, which has changed the way we see currency. The two are related, but are not the same thing. Bitcoin is a currency, but blockchain is a technology. Bitcoin is stored on blockchain, but blockchain is not stored on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is created by blockchain, but blockchain is controlled by Bitcoin. Some of the most common terms associated with Bitcoin are wallet, transaction, block, miner, and consensus. There's a lot of confusion about these two terms, but they are actually pretty different. Bitcoin is a currency, but blockchain is a way to record transactions. Think of it like a Google spreadsheet that is duplicated thousands of times across the internet. The strength of blockchain is that it's decentralized, meaning that no one party can control it. Blockchain and Bitcoin are two words in the financial and digital world that you just can't avoid in 2018. They're used in every major financial and news publication and in every major finance and business magazine. So, what is the difference between blockchain and Bitcoin? Blockchain is a technology that allows cryptocurrencies to exist and work properly. It's a digital ledger that records all transactions, allowing it to increase in value and function securely. Bitcoin is the most well-known cryptocurrency currently. It was the first and is the most valuable cryptocurrency in circulation. When you first hear about Bitcoin and blockchain, they can seem like very complex topics. However, if you break it down, they are actually quite simple to understand. First, let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer payment system that first came into existence in 2009. What this means is that you can send and receive payments without a middleman, and without having to go through a bank. This is revolutionary because it allows for people to send and receive funds without any regulators or extra fees that can come with using a bank. You've probably heard of Bitcoin, especially if you've been reading the news for the past few years. But have you heard of blockchain technology? If you're feeling confused, you're not alone. Yes, they are the same thing. It's just not in common vernacular. The blockchain is the engine of the most well-known cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Blockchain technology is the digital backbone of the internet, its most significant innovation since the invention of the internet itself. The blockchain is basically a digital, permanent, public ledger. It is the mechanism that enables cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin to function. The difference between Bitcoin and blockchain is commonly misunderstood. Bitcoin is a digital currency that is created and held electronically. In other words, Bitcoin has no physical form. On the other hand, blockchain is a publicly distributed ledger of transactions. This means that each transaction has a digital signature to verify the transaction. Each transaction is also recorded on a list of previous transactions to keep a history of transactions. This is what makes blockchain so powerful. It cannot be forged. Bitcoin gets a lot of buzz around it, but many people don't know the basics about this technology. The key difference between the two is that the blockchain is the underlying technology that powers Bitcoin. Blockchain is a public ledger that is shared by all parties that are participating in the network. This public ledger is updated every time there's a new transaction. With blockchain, you don't have to worry about bitcoins being stolen or lost because they are not stored in one location. Since the ledger is shared by everyone, it means that no one person gains control of the market. Blockchain is an innovative technology that has the potential to disrupt major industries, but it's still in its early stages. Businesses are only just starting to realize its potential. Since the advent of the internet, there have been a lot of technological advancements. One of these is blockchain technology, which is a decentralized form of database. This database is found on a network of computers instead of a central server. There are a lot of people who are confused about the difference between blockchain and Bitcoin. It's time to clear those differences up. It's not too hard to understand what a Bitcoin is, as it's a digital representation of a physical asset. Think of it as the abstract version of a dollar or pound note, or any other physical currency like that. What makes it different is that it's not built on the same infrastructure. Instead, it uses blockchain technology, which acts like a digital ledger. It would, therefore, be more accurate to talk about the difference between the two. Blockchain acts like a public ledger that can be accessed by anyone. The blocks in blockchain are like the pages in a ledger, where the transactions are recorded. It's up to the user to check that the transactions are legitimate. However, they can't change the records in the blocks, which protects the transactions. There is a lot of confusion between blockchain and Bitcoin. While it's true that the technology is the same, the two aren't the same. Blockchain is a public ledger that holds records of every transaction that has ever occurred. It's like a history book for all transactions that have ever occurred. The ledger is open for anyone to see. These transactions go into blocks and then into chains that store the records. These blocks are secured using cryptography, a mathematical process that is a highly advanced form of math. The system was built so that it's foolproof, so the code cannot be hacked. It might sound complicated, but it's a highly advanced system that has a lot of uses going forward. Blockchain was invented in 2008 to serve as the public transaction ledger of the cryptocurrency Bitcoin. Now, blockchain has been used to create applications that go beyond the financial industry. In this article, we'll answer questions about blockchain and Bitcoin. We'll compare blockchain technology with other web technologies to understand how it works. Then, we'll look closely at blockchain applications and how it works. Finally, we'll explore a few blockchain companies. You may have heard about Bitcoin, but do you know what blockchain is? Blockchain is the technology underlying the popular cryptocurrency. The technology is beyond the scope of this article, but it can be explained in this way. Imagine you have a large accounting ledger. Now imagine that the accounting ledger is copied over and over again, and all of the copies are kept in sync. Blockchain allows users to send bitcoins from one digital wallet to another without having to go through a trusted third-party broker. Payments are made from one party directly to another, with the help of the blockchain. Bitcoin and the blockchain are usually thought of as the same thing. Even among experts, people can't seem to agree on what exactly Bitcoin is. Some people think Bitcoin is just blockchain. Others think Bitcoin is just a currency. Some see Bitcoin as a protocol, and blockchain as the technology. We'll try to explain this complex topic in an easy way. Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer system that allows users to transfer digital currency, such as Bitcoin, without having to go through a third party, such as a bank. Blockchain is the technology and Bitcoin is the currency and the protocol. They both work together and we can't have one without the other. When it comes to the world of cryptocurrency, there are no shortage of buzzwords flying around. The most popular of them all, Bitcoin, is surely the most widely used. But it's not the only cryptocurrency available. The cryptocurrency called Ethereum recently surpassed $1 billion in market capitalization. While there are still some people who have no idea how these cryptocurrencies work, there are those who have been following the tech world closely who have been tracking Bitcoin's development from the very beginning. And as more and more techies turn their eyes towards this hot tech trend, there are more and more people out there who are asking themselves what the difference between blockchain and Bitcoin is. Blockchain technology has received a lot of attention in the past few years. What is the difference between blockchain and Bitcoin? This article will explain what blockchain is, the history of Bitcoin, the future of Bitcoin, and how blockchain technology works. First, let's talk about what blockchain is. Blockchain technology allows the transmission of data in a safe, secure way. It is used in cryptocurrency, which means that it's used for Bitcoin. The data is sent in packages called blocks. The blocks are encrypted, which means that it is very hard to change the info contained within. It is very important to protect this technology, because it is very valuable in the world of technology. The blockchain is a type of technology that is unique. It's unique because it's unique. That's unique. Bitcoin and blockchain are both subjects that have become incredibly popular over the past few years. But, what exactly is the difference between the two? Firstly, it's important to know what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is a form of cryptocurrency, meaning that it is a digital currency that is traded electronically. It can be used as a way to transfer money from one person to another. It was created as an alternative to regular money, as it is completely digital and can be easily stored. The blockchain is the technology that enables the use of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is quite possibly one of the hottest topics in the world right now. It's the new gold rush. Many people are making tons of money off it. But what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. The currency is mined or generated by people's computers or are given to them by people who have mined it. It's what is referred to as a peer-to-peer currency because there is no middleman, like a bank. All transactions are made online. The transactions are recorded in a digital ledger that is called the blockchain. The public ledger tracks all transactions ever made. The ledger is stored on every single computer that is connected to the Bitcoin network. There is no central bank or server that stores this information. Many people confuse the terms blockchain and Bitcoin. While both are related, they are not one and the same. Bitcoin is the digital currency that is used to buy and sell products. Blockchain, on the other hand, is the technology that is used to transfer bitcoins between different sources. The blockchain is a database that is decentralized and public, which means that any information placed in it cannot be manipulated or changed. The blockchain is the easiest way to track all transactions made with Bitcoin. The blockchain is also secure because it uses cryptography to ensure that all transactions happened correctly. What is the difference between blockchain and Bitcoin? Most people have heard of them separately, but you might be wondering what they mean together. The blockchain is a technology that allows for anonymous cryptocurrency transactions as well as many other things, as well as a Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a digital currency that uses cryptography to secure each transaction as well as control the creation of new units. Each transaction is permanently recorded in a public ledger, also known as a blockchain. It is a new way to trade and a way to secure your identity as well as allow for safe transactions. The main thing that people talk about is the rise of bitcoins and the fall of the dollar. Bitcoin is a type of digital currency that was developed in 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto, who published a paper in a cryptography mailing list called Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. At the core of the Bitcoin protocol lies a transaction database, which is called a blockchain. These two systems have been used in recent years to create a growing list of various applications. This article is going to tell you what the difference is between a blockchain and a Bitcoin, and how they work in a larger picture. Bitcoin is a digital currency, while blockchain technology is used to guarantee the security of the Bitcoin blockchain. The Bitcoin blockchain is a shared public ledger on which the entire Bitcoin network relies. All confirmed transactions are included in the blockchain, which means it is accessible by anyone. The blockchain is automatically downloaded upon joining the Bitcoin network. It records transactions between two parties efficiently and in a verifiable and permanent way. By providing a public history of transactions, the blockchain reduces the need for a trusted third party to verify a transaction. Security is provided by using asymmetric cryptography. You can learn more about the technical aspects of the blockchain here. These are two words that are being thrown around a lot. Learn the difference between the two. Blockchain is a digital ledger that contains digital records of transactions. Each block is added to a chain of previous blocks, forming a chronological order of transactions. This allows blockchain to be distributed in a peer-to-peer fashion. It also allows for transactions to be verified without the need for a third party such as a bank or PayPal, and edits to the blockchain are not permitted. Bitcoin is a digital currency that uses peer-to-peer technology to control its creation and distribution. For those of us who understand the ins and outs of the cryptocurrency market, the two, Bitcoin and blockchain, can seem like one and the same thing. However, as with all things in the world, they aren't the same thing. Let's look at what each of these things are and how they can benefit you. Bitcoin, as we know it, is a decentralized, peer-to-peer electronic cash system. This means that it's a secure and anonymous way to send money to one another over the internet. The blockchain, on the other hand, is a public ledger of all transactions that have ever been made. It's important to know this information because staying informed is the only way to have the best cryptocurrency experience. Blockchain is the technology behind Bitcoin. It is a digital ledger that is used to record and verify transactions, and it is public and distributed. This means that if you want to verify transactions and their details, you don't have to search through a bunch of private databases to find them. You can easily search the database and see the transactions. To learn more about how blockchain works and how you can use it, visit goexpo.io.